this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I'm going to share with you perspective from a number of people, including attorney Jeremy Hogan, who says that the Ripple case will be settled. Now, of course, that's technically speculation, no doubt, but attorney Hogan based his perspective, it seems, in part on the position of a former SEC attorney who hates crypto very clearly and has been pushing back against everybody on our side who's been pro-crypto. But even this particular analyst, his name is John Reed Stark, he had a Spaces event on social media platform X today, and he just says, yeah, it's over. That's it. This whole thing is over. The war on crypto, it's donezo. Now, of course, we have to technically see that unfold, but it is a virtual certainty that this is indeed the case. This is going to happen. These cases are going to be wound up. We're not going to be sitting here in 2026 waiting to see what happens with the appeal in the SEC v. Ripple case. And again, although we don't technically know for sure, it is a virtual certainty. I don't know how this could possibly go off the rails, frankly. So that's that. I find this compelling. I find it persuasive, and this is my expectation at this point, and you'll see why moving forward. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. Now, the folks, the reason that this is our reality now is because of what just happened the other day in the United States presidential election, which will be no shock to anybody. Everybody's heard the news by now. We've got an incoming Trump administration here, very pro-crypto. He's going to put everyone in under the sun who is pro-crypto. Those who are anti-crypto and think that those cases attacking Ripple and Coinbase, so on and so forth, those individuals that think that makes sense, they will be gone. They will be gone, folks. And so there's this post, and I'm not going to read this because I actually shared this literally yesterday, but I just want to kind of set the table and make sure everybody's aware of this. If you want to read the whole thing, just hit pause. But this post from Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple CEO, and in this post from yesterday in the morning, he said, "Fire Gensler day one, no delays," and this he tagged Donald Trump here, and. You know, of course, as I mentioned yesterday, there's some question as to the legalities that, you know, if Gensler actually refuses to leave, which is kind of hard to believe, it's going to be a very hostile and violent environment for him if he refuses to leave. If he puts himself through that, he probably will be fired, and then there will be some lawsuits as to the legalities of that. I'm not a lawyer. I can't say if that's right or wrong. I did mention yesterday, Attorney James Murphy of the XRP community, who worked with Deaton very closely in the Senate race. He said that there's actually very strong arguments that Trump actually could fire Gensler. There's also this post, and so we didn't know that this happened literally until yesterday, but it turns out that that Trump was actually in direct communication with Ripple before before he won re-election here. And so here's what Ripple's chief legal officer Stuart Aldera had to say. "Thank you to both campaigns for a hard-fought race and for invigorating the democratic process. Congratulations to Donald Trump. You took the time to listen to Ripple's story when we met in San Francisco this summer, and you prioritized crypto as a key policy issue. Now, let's move swiftly to end the regulation by enforcement approach we've endured in recent years and position the U.S. as the crypto capital of the world." Now, it's not just people, and this is cool, so it's cool to see, like, he was literally listening to Ripple. We literally just found that out yesterday. I thought it was cool as hell. Not necessarily surprising looking back. Because Trump, like, whatever you think about him, he's genuinely pro-crypto. He has done a complete 180 compared to his previous administration. I mean, it's in fact, at this point, even if not in some sort of technical form, it just is the case that the Republican Party, as a platform for them, it's to be pro-crypto now. Things have changed from almost a decade ago. You'll love to see it. So that's cool. But then you get to this from former SEC attorney John Reed Stark. And my God, I've highlighted a bunch of stuff from him over the years. He has pushed back against Ripple's arguments in the SEC v. Ripple case. He's clearly not pro-crypto. But you know what? Credit where it's due. Even he acknowledges that, yeah, the war is lost. For the anti-crypto people, they have lost. And so he had this Spaces event on X, and went for an hour and 42 minutes. And so the post that's on your screen right now is him sharing that. And he wrote, "FYI, stick a fork in the SEC. It's done." Now, I gotta credit where it's due, that, because this is not how he wants things to unfold very obviously, that right there is intellectual honesty. He believes that this is absolutely over. And so check this out. We got this post from Stuart Aldera. He reposted that, Ripple CLO. And he said, John, a staunch SEC supporter, has the class to say, the people have spoken. Gensler and his anti-crypto minions should voluntarily stand down, or as John explains, the SEC's new chair, when appointed, will use the agency's internal mechanisms to remove them. Either way, it's over. Folks, we won. That's why I keep saying, like, I don't get into politics stuff unless it pertains to crypto, finance, the economy. But whatever your politics are, even if you're not happy with the outcome, you got to be happy with this aspect of it. If you're in crypto, there's no way you don't want this. So even if you hate everything else, you love this. This is good for you if you are in crypto, no matter what your politics are. Can we at least agree on that? I think that's completely fair, right? We're getting it. And it's honestly, it's refreshing. This is one of the primary reasons that, I voted the way that I'm not a single issue voter, but my God, this mattered to me. It's my financial well-being. Same for all of you listening here, right? And so I just feel relieved knowing that it's about a 100% chance that, the rest of the cryptocurrencies, because I have 42 cryptocurrencies, the rest of the stuff I hold, and I understand a lot of it is currently under attack, but the rest isn't going to just end up under attack. It's over, folks. Virtual certainty here. Paul Graywell, who is Coinbase's chief legal officer, reposted John Reed Stark's comment saying, stick a fork in the SEC, it's done. And he said, this is objective reasoning on display, John Reed Stark. Credit where credit is due. Then we have this from attorney Jeremy Hogan. And it turns out that he does find a lot of this stuff persuasive as well, and including this idea that Ripple's actually going to settle. Like, this is going to be over. The Ripple case, we're not going to see a full appeal process. This is done. And so here's what attorney Hogan wrote. So what happens to the Ripple v. SEC and Coinbase case, etc., next year? Well, I wasn't sure about the nuts/bolts of it all, so I listened to a great space by John Reed Stark today, and the most likely scenario is, so he does agree with this, number one, Gensler steps down before January 20th. Now, folks, there's tons of precedent for that. It would be so weird if he doesn't do that. Jay Clayton did that when Biden won the last election cycle. But I don't need to tell you guys that. You know what he did on his last day. His last day as SEC chair. He sued Ripple, attacking all of his XRP holders effectively as a result. So yeah, he's probably just going to be gone, and I'm going to have a big old celebratory video. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Maybe I'll open another one of my XRP wine bottles up. I got a few more stocked up here for special events. Maybe I'll open one for that. I'd been planning, though, I say maybe because I'd been planning to open my next XRP wine bottle when XRP hits a new all-time high finally. But I don't know, this would be I'm going to think about that, but I might do that one. But yeah, so it'd be bizarre if he didn't. Again, like I said a second ago, if he doesn't, my God, won't be surprised if they attempt, Trump specifically attempts to fire him, and then we just have to see how that goes. Either way, it's still done. And then he says, number two, the new head or interim head sends out marching orders that all non-fraud crypto cases need to be disposed of. Yeah, they're all going to go away here. And keep in mind, so Attorney Hogan, he agrees that this is the likely scenario. That's his word, likely. And a lot of this stuff, it originated from somebody who's anti-crypto, formerly with the SEC, John Reed Stark. Pretty astonishing to see, honestly. And then Attorney Hogan says, number three, the litigation team looks at each case and recommends to either settle or dismiss each, and brings their recommendations to the commissioners, who then vote yay or nay. There will now be 3 Republicans appointed, so it will yay. Okay, so let's pause to be clear here. When there's a vote by commissioners to bring a legal action, just note there's 5 commissioners. One of the commissioners is the SEC chair. So under Gensler, you had 2 who were Republican, 2 who weren't the chair who were Democrat, and then since you happen to have the SEC chair who was a Democrat, I hate this. It's partisan. It was totally on party lines, and the Democrats consistently voted to bring lawsuits. The Republicans consistently voted not to, unless there was some sort of instance where there's very obvious fraud or something like that, in which case we'd all agree, yeah, of course, bring those lawsuits, protect people, duh. But as a result of this, once Gensler's gone, yeah, you're still going to have 2 Democrats there, and that's actually a requirement per law. But still, that would mean that the votes are going to be 3-2 typically in favor of pro crypto. So even if the Democrats who remain on as commissioners continue to vote anti crypto, it won't matter. They're going to get squashed. This is gigantic, folks. You wouldn't have this if not for the Trump victory the other day. You just wouldn't. This is fantastic for crypto, period, full stop, that's that. Then there's this, number 4. It says, my thoughts on specific actions. The Ripple case, or any case with a ruling, will be settled for the judgment amount, $125 million. It would be awkward to settle for less than what was already awarded by the court. Yeah, so I think that's a perfectly reasonable perspective. So this is all going to go away, and both sides, at Ripple and SEC, they're going to recognize what has happened, say, okay, let's scratch this, and then it's just done. Finally, actually done. That's what I'm saying. Man, it's not technically the case yet. It is technically speculation, but come on, folks. Do you not agree it's about 100% chance this is the way it's going to go down? Unless you think that the Republican, like the entire Republican administration led by Trump, unless you think that they were all just paying lip service, I don't buy it. I think they're going to follow through. Then we have number 5 here from Hogan. He says, the Coinbase and other cases in litigation will simply be dismissed. Oh, please let that happen. Please let that happen, because that's Operation Choke Point 2.0. They're attacking a bunch of other individual cryptocurrencies without specifically going after a lot of developers. And that's their approach to squashing a lot of this. I would love for that to go away, because so many of the coins that they cite, I've been holding for years and years and years. I'm tired of the attack. I'm tired of the government harming my opportunity for life-changing wealth, my financial well-being. I'm sick of it. And everybody in crypto understands this, of course. And so many of us overwhelmingly, as a result, voted them the hell out of here. Number 6 from Attorney Hogan. This will take some time, not January, but perhaps before summer. That's my call, and I'm sticking to it. Sage wisdom, Attorney Hogan. I love that. I absolutely love that. Here's a post from XRP community member and attorney Fred Rispoli. Shared this in the afternoon. XRP community, my thoughts on how Donald Trump win changes Ripple appeal timeline. Too long didn't read version is, it's good news, and from a pure crypto perspective, thank heavens he won. We know Trump is aware of the case from the X post by Stuart Aldera. We know there are about to be extreme changes at the SEC, but probably not in effect until March/April. While I think it's unrealistic to expect the case to be flat out dismissed, this goes for any already filed cases, we can finally talk about settlement being a very realistic possibility. And there are 2 scenarios I'm thinking about. So folks, right there, I wouldn't be surprised either. I'm not necessarily expecting them to be dismissed, although I guess maybe I won't rule that out completely. But that's 2 attorneys already saying settlement makes sense here now, right? Without this election victory, no, about a 0% chance otherwise. It had to go this way or else no. And then Attorney Rispoli says, 1, current SEC regime realizes that where the Ripple case stands right now, institutional sales legal $125 million fine, is the best it is going to get and still hurt crypto industry, so get it in before the new leadership hammer drops. 2, new SEC regime in spring 25 recognizes this whole case was idiotic and settles at that point for less than the SEC has now. This might include a reduction in the fine and an agreement that current sales of XRP by Ripple are sufficiently structured to not be investment contracts. Bottom line, I no longer think we'll be waiting until 2026 for this S-word show to be over. Go XRP! Go for that for Attorney Rispoli, everybody. You'll love to hear it. This is absolutely fantastic news. I've been floating on a cloud these last couple days. To know that my financial well-being is not going to be under attack from the federal government anymore, I feel fantastic. It's really just a dream come true. I could not be more thrilled. Just over the moon here. And hopefully eventually XRP to the moon, right? Cool stuff here, man. It's over, man. I know not technically, but come on. Writing's on the wall here. We won. We're on the right side of history. Crypto wins. XRP community wins. Them's the facts. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.